Welcome to my episode. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to be here. And I actually have brought on my director, Ron Ben Joseph, to do a little interview with me today. And so welcome, Ron. I'm so excited that you're here.
Jen, I'm so excited to be here. Like, you're awesome. This is super exciting. And we're going to talk about something that really resonates with me. We've talked a lot about this. Something I know that a lot of my clients experience, and especially I work primarily with female clients. So I know there's a big deal for women. There's a new kind of movement around this idea of like self-care, right? And that's a new concept, which is self-care is not selfish, right?
Mhm.
So you kind of have you seen that being a thing? Like, is that something that your people experience a lot, where they're like, oh, I can't self-care. It's like taking time for myself or putting my mask on first in the plane, like we talk about. Like, I can't do that. That's not for me.
Oh, yeah. This is a very common topic amongst every single person that I come into interaction with. Absolutely. Every client, I would say, starts with this as their predominant issue, is that they're not taking care of themselves, right? So I work with lots of moms, I work with lots of female entrepreneurs, and they're either a total workaholic in their business and feel like they have to put all of their time and their effort into that business, or they're a mom also with a business and they feel like they have to put all of their attention into their children, their husband, their family, their friends, and then also on top of it, their business. And pretty much they are last on their list. So I would say that that's a huge issue for everyone that I work with.
Why is that? Like, who taught us that? Like, I have a huge thing around that too. We talked about, like, when I have my daughter here, it's great, but when she's with her mom, I feel guilty if I'm not working. Like, if I'm just watching a movie while she's with her mom, I feel like, if I'm relaxing, just hanging out, I feel guilty. Why is that? Where did we learn this thing? How is it so rampant?
Well, I feel like that's such a great question. I feel like we are conditioned. We've been conditioned, particularly as women. And then I think that you're right. Also, there is the single parent, right, who believes that they have to be everything to someone else. So I believe that we are absolutely conditioned to take care of everyone around us before we are able to take care of ourselves. And that looks like, if you are last on your list and you have a husband or a wife and you have kids and then you have the business and you have school, all of those things have come before you. And if all of those things have come before you, then when do you ever even have time for yourself? You don't have time for yourself. And we're taught that if we are not, attending to everyone around us, then we are selfish. And when we're selfish, it means that we don't care about somebody. It means that we don't care about anybody else except for ourselves. And so in our society, I believe that we've just been really conditioned to believe that if we only care about ourselves, then we're not a good person. Then we are, that we're narcissistic, or, et cetera, et cetera. There's all these labels that people want to put on us. If we are not like Mother Teresa, if we're not Mother Teresa or the Pope or something like that, who's sort of taking care of everyone, those people are seen as good and worthy. And if you're not kind of taking on the responsibility of everything and everyone around you, then you're maybe seen as not as good of a person. I think that that's.
So that it's, I mean, it's a slippery slope. You're not as good of a person, right? You and I looked at the definition of selfish, and it was that you only care, like only caring for oneself. And
Mhm.
I, even right now, I'm saying it in repeat. I'm saying only. I'm like drawing this, like, look at the attention to only you inconsiderate narcissist, right?
Right.
Um, why is it bad to only care about yourself for a moment or for an hour, or like, was like,
Mhm.
why is that? Why do we attach so much meaning to only in that context?
I think that's so fascinating. I don't know why we do that. I mean, I sort of like am taken back to sort of that 50s housewife who, is dressed to the nines and only is taking care of everyone around her. And that was sort of the model, I think, that we've been basing our care our lives upon, when that is not our reality at all today, right? We do not live in 1950s America where, the housewife was at home preparing the meal all day long, and, husband was out doing the job and the children were out at school and looking all perfect. And I'm sort of envisioning this TV show, but I think that that's where that came from. It's like this conditioned experience that says, you will take care of everyone, you will have dinner on the table by 5 p.m, the house will be perfectly clean, and it doesn't really matter what your mental health looks like, you can take a pill for that.
And they did at that time, right? Like that was
And they
like the
did.
beginning of lithium and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
so self-care, like as an idea, when did that come about? When was that introduced, that that's even something? I mean, I should say, in that scenario that you just said, the men, they seem to have self-care all day long.
Hmm. Probably true.
Probably true, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's I'm taking care of. I provide, so I can take self care, right?
Absolutely.
Versus the woman who's working nonstop, providing all day long,
Mhm.
she can't have self care.
Right. And I think about that too. It's like, um, when I think about, I'll just speak about women. Of course, I know about women because I'm a woman. But that we have so much on our plates, we have so much in our minds that we are constantly thinking about. And I don't know what the name of the effect is. I mean, there's like a lot of articles written about this. There's a lot of things that have been written about this. It's like the mind of the woman holds all of the laundry, all of the cooking, the shopping, and this is just a generalization, and then all of the kids' immunizations and all of the kids' medical records and all of their appointments and all of the things, everything that has to go on in a household, or that has to go on in a business, or that has to go on in a family. All of those things are generally put on the mother. But now we live in a time and place where many women are also working outside of the home, just like a man is. And so then we have this responsibility, that this an overabundance of responsibility that's placed on one member of the family. And I don't know when self-care became like either a naughty word or when it was invented, but I most certainly remember when I put self-care into my own life and how life-changing it was.
You bring up such a good point. On like, well, many good points. But even I gotta tell you, just reflectively here, like, so I'm divorced. I'm a single dad. And I'm very cool with my ex-wife and co-parent. Like, I trust her. She's an amazing mom. And I'm thinking about it now as you're saying. I'm like, you're right. Like, so we like we're in Colorado, where it's like a whole process getting her into, like, literally the conversations when they're 3 hours. Do you know where she's going to kindergarten? Like, we have these conversations here because it's a whole lottery process and everything. And so my ex-wife, my co-parent, she did all the paperwork she applied to all these different schools for our daughter, and we got into our first choice, which is great. But I say our first choice, I only know about it as my first choice because she did the research and she like did all the things, all the immunization shots, all she's always on it. My sister, with I don't know where people are at with this, but like I would like to get the COVID vaccination. My sister was the one that did all the research for my whole family, and said, hey, you need to sign up on this email, and she was sending me links. So it's like between my sister and then, like, my ex-wife, like there's a lot that's covered that I don't think about. And so even as a feminist, even as someone who works with all women, I'm still reaping the benefits, of that scenario. And so to me, I could see, though, that all being said, I could see where women were kind of pigeonholed, put into this position, like you said, in the 50s, like, and that's just been articulated as a purpose for them, as a reason for them being here, right?
Right, we're here to caretake everyone around us.
Here to caretake, right? So I, I have a feeling that probably not every single woman on earth was brought to this earth to caretake. How do they, amidst this mindset that we're brought into, we're born into at this point, how do they figure out what their purpose is, why they're here?
That's a great question. I mean, I think that by what I do with my clients is I help them to know themselves. I help them to know themselves. I help them to love themselves. And I believe that when we really and truly know ourselves, that is how we are able to really and truly love ourselves. And when you're in right relationship with yourself, which is all about self care. So, when you're in right relationship with yourself, what does that mean? What does it mean to be in right relationship with yourself? It means that you're in alignment with who you really are. And so, some of the ways that I help my clients to get to know themselves are through numerology, through deep coaching, right? So lots of energetic practice, lots of coaching, lots of self care. I always start my clients with self care. I feel like that is ritual. So living life as ritual, living your life as if it's a moving prayer. It's about coming into your heart space and really uh, learning who you are. And the only way to really learn who you are and to really understand yourself is to take time with yourself. And if you're so busy caretaking everyone around you and you're so busy doing all of the busy things all around you, then you never get to sit with yourself. And if you're not sitting with yourself, then you are not caring for yourself. And I think that's actually selfish, because then you're not really putting your purpose out into the world. When you don't know yourself and you don't really like dive into the deep end of your heart, how can you love all of the people around you so deeply? I truly believe that when you really and deeply know yourself, sit with yourself, understand yourself, sit in meditation, do the personal growth work, look at yourself, to look at all of your stuff. You have to look at who you really are. And when you really do that, that's when you truly start to love who you really are. When you start to really love who you are, then you can really love the people around you. And I mean, I think that that's the crux of all of it. I think that um, that's that's why we're here. That's why we're here on this planet, is to shift the consciousness, right? We're here to, I'm here personally, I'm here to raise the vibration. I'm here to allow people to see why they're on this planet. And it is not just to people please and to caretake. It is here, people are here to, women are here for a purpose, and we are rising up right now. So watch out, everybody.
And this show is giving them the tools, right? Like the goal of the show long term is to give them the tools to rise up, to right, to find awareness, to accept oneself, to take actions, right?
Yes, absolutely. My goal for this show is absolutely to give um, everyone, people, but women in particular, the tools to really have awareness of themselves, to accept your part in your life and to take radical responsibility for yourself, to step into your power and to learn how to transform and to transmute all of the stuff that you have been conditioned with, to transmute it back into love so that you can go out into the world and have that beautiful ripple effect of emanating love from yourself. When you truly love yourself and you are in your heart space, in the deepest part of your heart space, that echoes out into the world. It ripples out. And so my goal for everyone is for them to know themselves, to love themselves, and to emanate love into the world. That is how we raise the consciousness of the planet. That is how we raise the vibration.
Jen, that's gorgeous. Oh my God, I love it. I want to hear the show. Okay, so tell, take it away, folks. You know, like what should they do next? Like stay tuned, watch the show, and listen to more episodes, right?
Yeah, stay tuned. There is so much more to come. I am so excited to do this show. I'm so excited to be doing this work in the world. I've been doing this work in the world for a long time, and I'm really ready to put it out in a bigger way. So, if you want to hear more about taking radical responsibility for yourself and really diving into the deep end, I want you to come with me. Please come with me. It's going to be such a beautiful ride.
Awesome, Jen. Thank you so much. This is great.
Thank you.